Hey folks, it's Kikoskia here with more Hearthstone and the continuation of my dual class arena. Rogue Warlock managed to get 1 win. Will we get 2? That remains to be seen as we go and find another worthy opponent. Which foe will this be? Will it be a Warlock Warrior? A Shaman Druid? Let's find out. It's a Druid Mage.
I must protect the wild.
Watch.
And we don't have very good early game here, so we're going to get rid of everything and hope that we get something better. That's a little better. We do have a 3-drop leading into a 4-drop. We just don't have any 1 or 2 drops, and hopefully our opponent doesn't have any either. Our hero power is good at getting us cards, their hero power is good at whittling down our minions, and potentially us. Then again, mage spells are really good at whittling down us as well. Ah, you're looking at your cards now, and you're going to mulligan 2 of them.
Happy Hallow's End.
Hello! We'll play the Lab Recruiter on turn 2. It's a decent enough 2-drop. Are you going to play a minion? A Swamp Dragon Egg, which tells me that you might have a way to pop the Dragon Egg. Lab Recruiter? It's a 3-2. It'll do. And I'm not trading in to the 0-3. Unless you play something that will buff it, whereupon I may have to.
Come, my pretty bird.
Some 1-drops, eh? Well, we can defend nicely enough against this, using a Dark Reaper.
Step right up.
3 damage, only need to deal 27 more! It could be quite a while before we defeat this opponent. Ooh, Ravasaur Runt getting the Adapt off. That's not too bad, though. And a 1? Ah, there we go. Give a random friendly minion plus 2 health, and you traded. That tells me you have a plan. I'm going to play the Gnomish Inventor to get more cards. Phantom Militia could be useful. Can't do anything against the Witchwood Imp, so I'm just going to go face.
Step right up.
And leave the trading to my opponent. That 3-3 minion, not bad. Now, you're going to trade and hope that that lands on. It did not land on the Ravasaur Runt. And there is a Saronite Chain Gang. We can do some things to thin out the amount of minions my opponent has. A Rotten Apple Bomb would be nice right now, but I'm going to play the Dusk Bat. 2-4 and 2 1-1s? Pretty good. And do I want to trade? No. I want to leave you to make the trades into my Gnomish Inventor. Swipe wouldn't be good to see here. Web Weave. Ooh. Some 1-2 poisonous spiders. You're going to go face. Right, let's see what we can do here. We could trade them away, but that would kill our minions. The Steel Rager wouldn't be too bad for that. Or we could have the Phantom Militia eat up the 1-2s, and that is an idea.
Hey, give me a minute.
Let's do that. It only costs us 1 card, effectively. There we go. Let's see what you do. We'll still have some minions on the board. I don't think we're going to be seeing a weapon here, unless the opponent has Alaneth or the Twig. Alaneth draws the person lots of cards every turn, and the Twig, when it's destroyed, fills up the person's mana crystals completely. Ooh, Doomsayer! We can actually get rid of Doomsayer using the Steel Rager, and we will! Haha! Nobody suspects the 5-1 rush! Marvellous. And we'll play this. And get... I'll pick a big card, why not?
That minion already attacked.
Oh yes, it did. My mistake, a little too keen to deal damage to the face there. you have anything to activate that 0/5? I hope not. What's that? Ooh, Luna's Pocket Galaxy. That is your entire turn, though, which means I can then play a 7/7 and hit you for 1, 3,
Give me a minute.
5, 10. Very rare is it that a 5/1 with Rush actually manages to hit the face. But it happened! You didn't see it here first, you've probably seen it in many other places. All minions that you draw are going to cost 1 mana. This could be bad. That is a 2/6, that is a 1 mana Chillwind Yeti, it's a 1 mana Feral Gibberer. Can we win here? It's a good question. So that's 4 damage there, that's 2 damage, and then 2, 3, 10, yes. We can win here, using Fireblue Phoenix to deal 2 points of damage. There we go! 2 wins! Not bad. But can we get a third? Can I equal the record that I normally get? Let's find out. We are going to start being matched up against opponents that have similar win-loss rates, which means that I'm probably going to be matched against people who have won twice and lost 0 times. So their decks are also going to be pretty good. Probably better than mine. That was a quick finding an opponent. Let's hope it's a simple opponent to beat.
Valera versus Rexa.
Hunter Shaman.
Let the hunt begin.
I have some early game though.
You're back.
Let's see how this goes. We'll get rid of the Rotten Apple Bomb. We'll keep the Gnomish Inventor. Ooh, Shadow Bolt. Also relatively early. I wish I had one of my 1-drops. Ooh, that was a mulligan for 3 of the opponent's cards.
Happy Hallow's End.
We have an alternative 4-drop if we want to play it.
Hollow
I'd rather keep the Omega Defender until turn 10 though, whereupon it then gains plus 10 attack. We'll play a Plated Beetle, why not? The opponent has the coin. That could be, ooh. Do I want to slowly trade into that? I think I do. I could use the Shadow Bolt to do so. But I'll just do this instead, and play the Dragon Slayer. While there is an argument to be had for holding on to a Dragon Slayer for a critical point where there's a dragon, it's better off not to. Face, eh? You're going to trade quite a bit with that, unless I use the Shadow Bolt to clear that away. And then trade here. Better to use the 3-cost spell and a minion on board to get rid of that, then have that trade into 2 of my minions. Coining out a 5-drop. Let's hope this isn't a... Okay, it's a beast. That's not too terrible. We could play the Omega Defender. We could also play the Grim Necromancer. That might be a decent idea. Just to give lots of minions on the board. But right now, I think the Taunt is more important. And we'll get rid of that minion there. Now, every time the Hydra gets hit for damage, that's going to hurt the opponent. But unfortunately, we're not going to see our Taunt do anything to stop the Hydra, and hope that's not a Taunt Totem. It's not a Taunt Totem, it's a Healing Totem. That might not be good for the, Ooh, we can actually get rid of this minion. And we will. So that's, 3 damage there. 3 damage there. And we'll play the, spell damage giving 2-drop, because I don't think we have any more spells that will actually benefit from that spell damage. Also, having a minion on the board, pretty useful. Oh, that's a big minion. I see that being a problem. Yep, still a problem. Let's play this minion to get stuff on the board, and Phantom Militia could be useful here. But I suspect that 8-8 is going to go directly to the face and deal a lot of damage to me. And then freeze itself. That's an adapting Thunder Lizard. Plus 3 health, and a Battle Cry minion. Okay. And 8 damage to the face. Yes? I imagine so. Healing, and yep, that's going face. Which puts me at 12. At least I don't need to worry about the 8-8 for a while. Could use Master of Disguise and then Shadow Flame. That's actually not a bad idea. We'll do this and that. We'll Master of Disguise the 2-4. And then we'll do this. I want to provide lots of taunts next turn for the 8-4 to run into, which should then ensure that we don't take any more damage. Oh look, there's an 8-2. You're not going to like these Phantom Militias. Another taunt. That's fine. Do this. Hit here. Taunt. 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 We'll scatter them all about, so they can't all be hit by one spell that doesn't affect everyone. If there is a spell totem, ooh, a giant mastodon. So you're going to trade there, which means that I can then trade into that 8-2. The giant mastodon admittedly is a problem. I think I found a solution to my problem. It's called the Lich King. Wait, can't do that. Silly me. It's called getting 3 more Lich Kings. If in doubt, get more Lich Kings. Ooh, anti-magic shell. This could be pretty good if my board remains relatively intact, which it may do. That is a 10-4 now. You're going to trade into the Lich King, I'm sure. Or you're not. Nope, you are. Just like what I did. I can't target your 8-2. You can't target... Ooh. Not trading into the Lich King. You're trading there. Unstable Evolution. Mecha'thun. 3-11. An 8-8. A 5-7. You're in a bit of trouble if you don't get a taunt here. I think you're in bother. 8, 10, 12. Yep, I think that's game. Well played indeed. Probably should have stuck with that taunt. So, we now have 3 wins. Can I get a 4th? I'm doubting it somehow, but I may be lucky. This deck's not been doing too badly. It has a lot of minions that it can use during the early game, and those early game minions are pretty good during the mid game as well. The Lich King has been quite useful as well. That was a very fortunate discovery during the arena process. The drafting, that is.
Valira versus Gul'dan.
A Warlock Rogue. It's the near opposite of what I've got. It's near opposite because it's actually very similar. It's just that you have the Rogue hero power and I have the Warlock one. We have a 1-drop and a 2-drop. Very nice.
Happy Hallow's End.
We'll play the 1-drop and see what happens. Do you have a 1-drop? You may do. I'll be playing a 2-drop regardless because the Loot Hoarder will cycle a card. There we go. You held on to the coin. Does that mean coin Edwin Van Cleef? No, it just means hero power and hit the 2-1. Which is fine. Draws me a 2-drop. I feel like not playing the 2-drop right now and just playing the flame elemental rather. That was the Firefly. Not a fire elemental, although it is made of fire. We do have a fair few, we have some choices here. We could play the Fire Plume Phoenix and trade. That's actually not a bad idea. Let's do that. Leaves us with a 3-3. And the board. Next turn we can play Batar Lurker to protect the 3-3. Ah. Coining out
I want
a
you.
lab recruiter. Ah, we're going for a aggressive play here, I see. The 7 should help here. The 7 health on Batar Lurker, that is. Let's see what happens if we try to defend and get rid of this minion here. You can't use the Hench Clan Thug to attack. You can slowly hit the taunt and deal more damage to yourself and buff the Hench Clan Thug. Not the best idea because that's 4 damage per hit.
Speak your peace.
Now it's a 5 attack minion, and now you can get through. However, we can do things to get rid of that minion, and I actually feel like doing so.
Don't tell me what to do!
We need to get rid of what's on the board. That Hench Clan Thug will spiral out of control. That said, there are more Hench Clan Thugs in my future. Didn't really have a good way to deal with that. Could have used the Omega Defender, but I get the feeling that my opponent would have had a way to get through it. There's Hench Clan Thug number 2. There are more of them in my future, as I said. So, I think now is the time for the Omega Defender. And a Lab Recruiter, maybe?
Ready to glow!
Let's do that, and that'll become a 5-5. And you hit there. That'll be a 3. Play this.
I want you and you.
Get some more Omega Defenders. I get the feeling I'm going to need some more defensive cards in my future. Violet Worm is an option next turn. Corrosive Sludge is always an option as well, because then I can force my opponent to spend 2 mana. Okay.
Pay attention,
Violet
class.
Teacher.
This guy's tough.
SI Agent. That's not so good. The Lich King, however, will buy me a bit of time. A handy appearance there. It's dead to the board, but Army of the Dead, that's actually pretty useful, because I've got rid of practically all of my spells. There are a few in there, but I'm not likely to draw all of them at once. I could get a lot of Omega Defenders with that. Not a bad idea. Do you have a way to instantly get rid of my Lich King? If you do, that's not so good. Thinking about my play next turn, it probably is going to be Army of the Dead Dragon Slayer. Unless a better 3 or less drop appears. Oh dear! Bone Mare. I mean, at least that minion is gone now. But I'm down to 17 health, and I'll be down to less next turn. Yeah, I think Army of the Dead is my best play here. Ooh, that's a nice thing to see. And I don't want to Dragon Slayer my own minion. Seems kind of bad. We'll just do that. And I actually can't play the Dragon Slayer because I have to hit a dragon with it. And I need to keep that 5-4 on the board. There's 8 damage there. There's another 2, and that's going to be another 2 1-1s as well. Oh dear. That's not so good.
Ready to learn.
Remember when I said I don't typically tend to go beyond 3 wins? It's starting to happen. It's starting to happen. Right, what are my options here? I could destroy my own dragon. We can get rid of the 4/7, but then my opponent has lots of minions. But I don't have much option but to do that. So I need to do this, get rid of that, and play that. No point tapping, I'm already low enough on health as it is. So my opponent has 11 damage, only needs another 3. With the hero power, that's 2. There's another 4. And so, I'm just going to let these play out with the concede button ready, just in case. And so, I lost. You never know when somebody starts playing lots of other cards, if they're just going to play cards, then wait for nearly a minute and a half, and then go for the victory. So I just tend to have that ready sometimes. And so, with that, we've lost our first match, and I get the feeling it might start going downhill from here. Will I get a 4th win, or will I lose 2 more matches in a row? We'll find out next time, for when we come back, folks, more of the arena. And maybe more waiting to concede? Maybe. Only one way to find out. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.